2, 1. Hello, my name is Jeremy Hancock, and you just had your identity stolen. It can happen that quickly. 2 seconds, and somebody could have all of your information. And I submit to you, it is because we do not have or use secure passwords. Identity theft is a problem and has been a problem in our country for many years as the internet has grown. In 2014, CNN Money put out a report and suggested that 13.1 million people lost their identity in 2013 alone. That's an increase of 500,000 people from 2012. So now that we know we have a problem, how can we overcome this problem of identity theft? Since identity theft can happen without us really knowing it, let's identify some forms of identity theft. There's the phishing scams, where somebody will send you an email, ask you to click on a link, and send them your banking information. There's people, perhaps that you work with, walking by, looking over your shoulder. There's phone scams. People calling up and asking you just simple questions to extract information and personal information about yourself. And finally, non-secure passwords. People not securing their online accounts with strong, unhackable passwords. So what do we do to fix the problem? Simple. We can secure passwords. Yes, it is that easy. How many different passwords do you currently have? 2, 5, 10? I would submit to you that if you have less than 10 passwords, you are probably using the same password over and over again for multiple sites. Think about all the sites that have our information. Sites such as Facebook, Google, Amazon, credit card websites, banking sites. All of these sites have and store our personal information. What if a hacker or somebody you work with happens to get a hold of one of your passwords? You're going to have a bad time. And that person, that thief, will be off on a paid vacation and posting pictures to your Facebook. How do we create a secure password to prevent this kind of theft? In an article called Creating Secure Passwords by Yara Lancet in 2013, the article suggests some ways which we can create strong passwords. First of all, a password should be at least 8 characters long. A password should not be easy to guess. So you shouldn't use your name or simple phrases such as I love you. It shouldn't be a normal word, a word that you can easily look up in a dictionary. It should also have characters in it, such as the @ symbol, an exclamation point, a period, or even the @ sign. It should be a variation of upper and lower case letters. Those are some simple ways to create a simple, secure password. Usually the longer the password, the better, but also the shorter, the better, depending on the complexity of the password and how many characters and symbols are in it. Such as if you spell the word hit, H, exclamation point, T, that will be harder to guess than if you were to spell it out, HIT. Another tip to keeping your passwords and information secure is to change your passwords every few months. Now, if you're like me and you can't remember all of your different passwords, there are some tips out there for us, people that can't remember, to and some options that we have, some tools online that we can use called password generators. In fact, in an article called Creating Hacker-Proof Passwords, Shan Lin in 2011 suggests that we look into using password generators to help us create secure passwords, and even using password managing software. One of the ones that I like to use, which is actually found on the internet, is called RoboForm, and I can show you that really quickly right now. Okay, so here we are on my desktop, and as you can see, we are at roboform.com. RoboForm, as I mentioned, is a password manager. It also has a password generator for creating simple to very complex secure passwords. RoboForm allows you to install a little extension, as you can see up here, with the little green computer. If we click on this, it will ask me to log in with a user ID and a master password. But I thought I would run down really quickly just some of the basics of RoboForm. If you create a RoboForm account, it will save all of the places that you go to, such as your Gmail, Yahoo, Facebook, and Twitter. It will, when it picks up a new site that you are visiting, it will ask you if you want to save the information. It will store that information for you with the password that you're currently using, or you can choose a new password. And as I said, you can generate strong passwords with the password generator, which will look something like this, with letters, numbers, characters, something very strong that cannot be easily guessed without going through an awful lot of trouble. Okay, so that was RoboForm, and as you can see, it is very easy to use. It can generate secure passwords and store them and keep everything organized. It is a very good piece of software, and just one of many that are available out there for password storage that can help us secure and keep our data safe. We live in a cyber world, and it really is up to us to change our thinking, to start to think that we need to not only protect our physical possessions by locking our doors at night, but to change our thinking to protecting our possessions, our identity, our data that are stored in the cyber world. Everybody can create a secure password. If you will use secure passwords, you will not have to hear those words that your identity has been stolen. Thank you.